Hey everybody, hope you're having a great day today. It's Heath Mulliken from heathmulliken.com, chaseyourline.com. Most of you guys know me. Just wanted to give you an update. No, I haven't updated either website in a couple of weeks. The truth is, probably for about the last 5 weeks, just been battling a variety of illnesses and have just felt horrible. And you can probably tell, I'm just battling some sinus stuff, but it's been anything from bronchitis to just feeling achy, and been to the doctor a couple of times, been on a couple of different antibiotics, and it's just been, to be perfectly honest, 5 of the most brutal weeks of my life. Just got out of the habit of, being able to go to the gym and exercise, and it's just it's really thrown me for a loop, but I'm trying to keep my spirits up. My wife's been great through the whole thing, and just very supportive, and just trying to get enough rest. And it just seems like no matter what I've done, nothing seems to work. So that's kind of what's been going on. Haven't been able to really keep up with everything, so I apologize for that. I know a lot of people know yesterday we were able to go to Extreme Home Makeover, and for the family coming home, my wife Karen got to volunteer last Thursday night from 2 a.m. to 8 a.m. and really didn't get to see anybody. They were just putting in the foundation, and she was just picking up trash and debris from the area. So we went Monday and got to see it, and that was the first time she'd actually got to see the house. They weren't doing any filming at that time, just doing various things. So I just wanted to tell you what goes on at one of these things. We got to the shuttle buses at 8:15. They started at 8, and by the time we got to the home site, the barricade was full. They had reserved some spots, along the barricade, for family and friends, and for Miss Creasy's 7th grade class, and so. Really weren't a lot of good spots. We found a spot it wasn't the ideal viewing area. Just it's a narrow road, so we were in a lady's yard, kind of down the hill where we could see the house. But as soon as people started arriving in those middle sections, we weren't going to be able to see anything, and it was kind of bittersweet because people kept trying to go around the barricade and go up behind this fence. And, they put barricades there for a reason. They don't want you to go there. And so the crew guys kept having to come over and tell people, you're not supposed to be back here, not supposed to be back here. And just the attitude of the people who, they were like, those guys are being jerks, and I can't believe, da-da-da-da-da. And, it was for safety reasons. It was a steep, muddy incline. And I was just surprised at how many people showed up yesterday thinking, they were going to get their picture made with Ty. They were going to get an autograph. They were going to be on TV. And it was like everybody was just there, well, we can't see. I'm like, you got here late. You can see. We actually ended up, met a nice family. Like I said, we were down in this hole. I was very worried that there was going to be a rush of people. One guy, the barricade we were kind of standing on or at, this guy kept pushing it and trying to get closer to this fence. And, it just really bothered me. I'm one of those guys that, rules are there for a reason. And actually kind of got into it. One guy, he called one of the crew guys' name, and I said, dude, he's just doing his job. Like, this isn't about you today. It's about the Creasy family. I said, he's like, well, I can't see him. Like, they're the only 5 people that need to see this house. I'm like, just enjoy. I was there for the vibe. I was there just to be a part of something you don't get to do every day, and to support this great family. And so we ended up moving actually to the lady's driveway, whose yard we were in. She was great, and could see a lot of things, and there wasn't a big crowd. Karen was giving me a hard time about I have a personal space bubble that I have to keep intact, and unfortunately it's a little bit bigger than it used to be. I'm trying to work on that. I'm working on it. So anyway, when we got up to the driveway, the family we had been talking to, a guy from their church actually built the beds for the twins, for the Creasy twins. And when we got up to the sidewalk, this guy was there, and their son had on his volunteer shirt. Karen had her volunteer shirt on, and they were going across the road for the reveal and all that. And the mother's like, hey, why don't you go with them? So Karen goes with them, and she, for most of the day, was standing in their driveway. Got some great video, I'm hoping to post. And she was just right there in the thick of it. And kind of standing when the show airs in February, I think, just right beside the playground. And so, well, a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know how television and movies work. It's not what you see on TV. It's 45 minutes worth of television, hours worth of filming and setting up. So basically, they spend 20 minutes setting up a shot, 20 seconds taking the shot, and then you do the whole process over again. So early in the morning, they started bringing furniture out. People were like, why are they bringing furniture out? I bet they had too much furniture. I'm like, well, they got to film them moving furniture in. So sure enough, set up the cameras, got a good crowd shot, and there's probably 10 or 11 pieces of furniture. They got them, filmed, put them in. They gave everybody some throw pillows, filmed that going in. But then when they finally brought in the bus, they let it go one time. We did to move that bus and practice. And then they actually brought in what they called the demo limo. And they were just trying to stage everything and see where everything was the best place for everything. And so finally, like I said, we got out to the house probably 8:45, and about 2:45, the family actually arrived. And it probably took 10 or 15 minutes that they were sitting there in the limo behind the bus. They had to reset cameras. and then they finally came out, filmed them walking up to the door, and then stopped everything, and then reset the cameras inside and filmed them going into the house, and just did some different things. And it was just a really cool experience. After they had done all that, we were standing in the driveway, and I guess it was barricaded, and then either the barricade was gone or people were going to get in line for the shuttle buses to go back. So people start pouring into the street. At this point, I'm like, well, what's going on? Are they done filming? So I go into the street, and sure enough, about 30 seconds after doing that, they're like, clear the road, clear the road. And so at this point, I have a decision. Now, my cell phone has died because I've been videoing and Twittering all day. And so I make the decision, I'm going to go across the street. I've got to find Karen. And sure enough, I find her and got to spend the rest of the day, hour or so, right there by their little playground. And we went in the tent. It was just amazing experience. Great show. It's amazing what they do. Talking to all the neighbors that we talked with, a few of them, just went on and on how nice the crew was and how well they had taken care of them, and that it was a good experience. We talked to the dude selling T-shirts. I got my Move That Bus T-shirt, and he just talked about how great, how much he loved it. He'd been doing that for 5 years, going to the different sites and selling T-shirts. So anyway, next couple of days are going to be busy. I'm going to try to update the sites, get things going again. Thanks for your support. A lot of you have been looking at ChaseYourLine.com. Thanks for that. Hope everybody has a great weekend. We're heading into Thanksgiving. Remember to be thankful, and have a great weekend.